Clementine, from your conversation earlier, it seems like Clementine super doesn't die. She lives.
You are correct.
Yeah.
She's alive. Is AJ alive?
Yes.
Okay.
How many people die in that final episode
Let's see.
of The Walking Dead?
Quite a few, but not anybody that I really, really cared about. So.
Right. Does she get close to dying? Is the
Yes,
thing where like, oh, there's an axe falling near her face?
Here is what bothers me about it and where I feel like the major plot hole is. All right, remember in season 1 when Lee got bit, right?
Yeah.
You had the option to try to cut his arm off because, there's that whole myth if you cut off.
Sure.
Well, it doesn't freaking do anything, right? He dies anyways.
Uh-huh.
So in this season, in the very beginning, I pushed like this villain into a zombie horde. And he comes back and his arm is part of his arm's missing because they bit him, but he could cut it off and it worked. So I was like, wait a second. Now does amputating work where it didn't before?
Or maybe it's like inconsistent. I kind of like the idea where sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
This is weird. So then at the end, Clementine gets bit as she's going. Like it's how Lee did too. It's just such a fast moment, which is really good because like you're like, oh, everything's going fine, and then just whoosh, real quick, and you're just like, shit, she's bit. And
where?
On her leg. So like really bad. She already had a cut that was open and they bit in there. So it's like, it's bad.
They bit inside of her cut.
So anyways, she's trying to help AJ get away and kind of doing her last like, Good Samaritan deed before and you can see like the color is fading from her like she is dying.
I'm being bleed.
And you get to pick as AJ, to tell AJ like, kill me or leave me here. Kind of like you did with Lee, where Lee was like, you had the option to shoot him or not. And I told him, shoot me. I don't want to be a zombie. Like, I don't want to see Clementine walking around as
But she doesn't
zombie.
like chain herself to the radiator or anything crazy like that, does she?
She's not chained, but she can't walk because she hurt her leg. So she's just sitting there kind of shooting zombies away from AJ as he like throws this. And she goes, so you're going to do what I told you, right? And he lifts up the axe and then it cuts ahead. So they're back and it just shows AJ and he's back like fishing and they had met this school and made kind of their first like real home there with a bunch of other kids. So he's with those characters. You see Clementine's hat go by because it had fallen off when she was in that whole like mess of things. And
it like flies by the window?
The river and he picks it up. So it's like, and they're just like, cool. You found her hat. Like, so it's all assumed that she's dead.
Yeah.
And so then he goes back to the camp and you hear her, all of a sudden you hear her voice and say, hi, goofball. And and it turns around and the camera pans on her and her leg's missing. Mm-hmm. So when he lifted that axe up, he cut off her leg. But the whole time during the entire scene, they don't even say, well, this guy's arm got cut off, so maybe this will work. Like, it's not even a thought of whether or not it will work or not. So they wanted you to think that she was dead, but they gave her a happy ending. And I feel like to give her a happy ending, they broke some of their own rules within that world. And so when you it just doesn't make sense.
So could you kill her? Was there a choice to... either choice that you make, she's living probably, right?
Yeah. Because either he's not going to kill her.
Yeah.
Well, like when they know for sure they're not continuing it on, it seems like now's the time to let people kill her or not.
When she did get back, I'm like, oh, great, they're really doing it. I've said from the beginning, I think it would be very bold to just kill her. And that was going on. I was like, well, I don't know if I really want her to die now as it was all happening. And I was like, oh, I'm kind of like, I'm okay that she's alive. Like, I'm not mad that she's alive. I just wish it made sense in a way that, like, would have worked a little bit better.
Yeah.
Is it open for a sequel?
God, I hope so. Okay, Kim, thank you so much for telling us everything.
Yes, thank you.
All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.
That was just a clip from a larger show called The Game Informer Show. You can find it on iTunes, Google Play, or GameInformer.com. We take the fun opportunities and exclusive information from Game Informer magazine and boil it into a show that airs every Thursday with exclusive cover story information, developer interviews, a lot of fun stuff. So come love games with us.